Hello students, welcome to the class on History of Computers. In the previous class, we have discussed the types of computers around us. The discussion on various types of computer had led us to understand how the different computers could be and how they are helping us in different spheres of our life. In this class, we shall explore how the need for counting had led to the evolution of computers. So let's get started. Children, the computer we use in today's era has a remarkable history. It is a tale of combination of efforts and showcasing of amazing ideas by many people in successive. History of computer is a story of human zeal and perseverance to derive superior speed and computing power with continuous improvements. It is indeed a story of necessity leading to inventions. The learning objective of this session is, firstly, to understand how the need of counting devices arise and what was the limitation of primitive system of counting of numbers and arithmetic calculations that sparked the human quest for computing device. Second, the objective is to understand major events in the history of development of computing devices, and this will help us to understand how advanced our current day computers are. Children, in ancient times, people used to take pebbles, fingers, toes, sticks and bones to count numbers. These counting devices have limitations as they are limited to small numbers only. You can understand that anybody can count only limited numbers on fingers and digits on toes. Similarly, pebbles, sticks, bones need to be carried and arranged in specific order for counting. They also have limitations on counting bigger numbers, as too many of them representing a bigger number is not easy to comprehend. One more limitation of using such means of counting is that they cannot be used to store data, which is essential for successive transactions. All in all, it was difficult to do bigger calculations using these devices. This has led to the search for better means to do calculations. So children, have you ever heard about this device? Have you ever seen abacus before? I'm sure you probably have heard about some coaching institute which train kids on fast counting and arithmetic skills in the name of abacus, isn't it? This device, which you have seen here, is called abacus. It is usually depicted by all capital letters. It is probably the first efficient mechanical calculation device. It appeared somewhere about 5000 years ago or 3500 BC in China. It is so effective for basic counting and calculation that it's still used to sharpen the mathematical skill of kids. It is so popular among parents that several coaching institutes thrive on it. It looks like a rectangular slate with several beads arranged on parallel wires. The bead can be slided over their respective wires for calculations. Apart from counting, it can help doing addition and subtraction of numbers. Students, the next on the list is the device called as Napier bones. You can see a picture of Napier bones on the screen. It was developed by Scottish mathematician named John Napier in 1670. His device has a set of rectangular bars having some numbers marked on them. They were again slided with respect to each other for calculation. It can do simple calculation like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. It was later reworked to calculate square root of numbers as well. So, children, the next device on the timeline is Pascaline. It appeared in 1642. It was invented by French mathematician named Blaise Pascal. It was the first mechanical computing machine. It has a mechanism of levers, gears to do calculations. Externally, it looked like a rectangular box with movable gears. It could do basic arithmetic calculations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. The modern day speedometer, odometer and wattmeter works on its principle. The next device on the list is Leibniz calculator. It was developed by German mathematician named Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz in 1692. It was initially called step reckoner, as it worked on stepwise calculations. Later on, it was renamed to Leibniz calculator to honor its inventor. The Leibniz calculator was able to carry out basic calculations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. In 1822, a mathematics professor of Cambridge University of England named Charles Babbage invented a machine called the difference engine. This was a device which drew its power from steam engine to do calculations. It was a remarkable development, as you see that the device prior to this were operated manually. The Pascaline and Leibniz calculator were advanced mechanical devices that had movable gears, but they were also operated by humans manually. The difference engine was able to do calculations automatically. So the difference engine of Charles Babbage was a leap ahead into real power of computing. Later, after 10 years, Charles reworked on difference engine and evolved an analytical engine. The machine was designed to consist of 4 components. These were the mill, the store, the reader and the printer. The mill was the calculating unit analogous to central processing unit of a modern computer, whereas the store was exactly analogous to memory and storage in today's computer. The machine was inspired by card reading technology of Jacques Loom. Much like the modern day programmable devices, it is used to take pre-planned input from punch cards. The reader and the printer of analytical engine were like the input and output devices. So, children, you can see analytical engine of Charles Babbage had all the 4 components of present modern day computer. Therefore, Charles Babbage is considered as the father of computer. During late 19th century, America was facing a problem of calculation the census data as they were doing census and counting on numbers. It took them almost a decade. They were not able to finish counting of data from one census while the another census was successfully becoming due. The whole exercise would then become irrelevant and redundant. There was a need felt to count the data quickly and finish all this exercise much before another census becomes due. Then came another device called tabulating machine. It was developed by military engineer. His name was Hermann Hollerith. His machine worked on electric power and did calculation easily, accurately and speedily. Hermann Hollerith founded a company which later became well-known international business house called IBM. Tabulating machine developed by Hermann Hollerith was able to read punch card on which survey was done. Wherever machine encountered a hole on the punch card, the pins on the machine joined each other to complete electric circuit. This electric circuit had dial for each survey questions, and for each successful circuit connection the meter of the dial was re-incremented by 1. At the end of calculation, the cumulative figure accumulated on the dial were taken as output. Just look into the picture. You can see several meter-like structure in the front of the machine. They are the output part of tabulating machine which shows accumulated figure of survey. Most significant development during the time was development of Harvard Mark I computer in 1943. It was designed by Howard Aikens. The electromechanical computer, more than 50 feet long and containing some 750,000 components. It was used to make ballistic calculations during World War II. Probably the first electronic computer was developed by John V. Etnesoff and Clifford Berry. It was just a prototype. The working model of the device, called Etnesoff-Berry computer, came into light as late as 1980, when it was too late to be commercially viable, as many modern and efficient devices have already emerged. It has used binary number system much like modern computer. John W. Macaulay and J. Presper Eckert at the University of Pennsylvania are credited with development of first electronic digital computer called ENIAC. It was developed in 1946. They later on developed the modified version of ENIAC called UNIVAC. ENIAC is the acronym for Electrical, Numerical, Integrator and Calculator. It had large vacuum tubes as core electronic device to run its logical and arithmetic unit. It was primarily designed for army use. It used punch card for input and output. It was quite voluminous and bulky, but 1,000 times faster than other computers of that period. This computational power, coupled with general purpose programmability, was much appreciated in industry as scientists alike. It was based on octal number system and not on binary system. The UNIVAC was the first general purpose electronic digital computer designed for the business. UNIVAC also used vacuum tubes. It could perform about 1905 operations per second. The complete system occupied more than 35.5 meters square of floor space. In 1984, IBM introduced personal computers. It was look-alike of modern desktop computers, designed for single user. It was not only small, but was even more reliable, faster than its predecessors. In the picture you can see the personal computer introduced by IBM company, which can be easily identified with modern-day desktop computer. This slide contains the ordered list of computer starting from primitive type, the Bacchus, being the oldest and simplest one, followed by its successor, the movable gear and lever based model, which is then followed by electromechanical devices. Finally, we see the emergence of digital computers. So the list goes like this: the primitive Abacus and Napier bones, the mechanical ones such as Pascaline and Leibniz calculator, the mechanical but powered by steam engine, that is analytical engine, by Charles Babbage, the father of the computer. Next is electromechanical computer comprising of tableting machine and Mark I. Finally came the electronic computer such as ENIAC and UNIVAC, which has used vacuum tubes, and PCAT, which is replaced vacuum tubes by transistors as principal component. With this, we come to the end of this session. For more informative videos on the subject, please stay tuned. Happy learning!